Hi, everyone. Welcome. We appreciate you joining and watching the show today. If you like us, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay. Today's topic is lasers on a handgun, on a self-defense gun that you are carrying. Should you have one? Are they any good, or should you not have one? We're going to discuss it right now. My thoughts are they're not as bad as everyone says. I know I've had these arguments and I've had really vicious, mean people come at me. Lasers suck. Don't have a laser. You're crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not saying they're great, but they're not that bad that everyone makes them out to be. For example, you have a grandmother, someone old that doesn't get to train a lot. Okay? There's people that just can't get to the range, or maybe just don't want to go to the range, but they have a gun in their nightstand or wherever. Mm-hmm. A laser can be really helpful. At least you're gonna get close to hitting the person, or you might not hit them exactly where you want them to be, but you'll get a piece of that body with the laser. Okay, what are your thoughts, Instructor Paul?
I don't like them. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like them.
Really?
No, I don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
I like the surprise element, especially in a low light situation. You know, you got that laser, and as soon as that laser, you put that laser on, that individual knows that, okay, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
scare the hell out of them. Wouldn't that be a deterrent?
It can be.
I hear it all the time. Sometimes in certain situations they get a laser. Sometimes they back down once that beam is on them. Okay?
I don't.
Go ahead.
I mean, what are they like during the day? I mean,
You can't even. I know that's a con, right?
That's a con.
You can't see these lasers.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some new technology I don't know about it, but from what I understand and from what I've seen, you can't see the laser. You know, for those of you who never seen a laser on a gun, okay? Here it is right here. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like them. I had one time when I first started shooting. I got this, it was a light with a laser on it. And I took her to the range, and I wasn't really thrilled about it. Maybe it was because it was the early years of me training. But I wasn't through with it. I mean, it looked good, you know, you got that light, like Star Wars, you know what I mean? May the force be with you and all that stuff. But yeah. I personally haven't got any on my guns.
I've shot with lasers a few times.
Yeah.
Okay, several times. My son has a laser on his gun, a friend of mine has, and I've shot them a bunch of times.
And are they accurate?
They're not so bad. You know, you gotta sight them in. Okay. And you know, with the laser, you gotta kind of angle it up. You know, let's say, you know, if you're tuning it in at 10, 15 yards.
Yeah.
There's definitely an angle that you have to adjust it. Definitely, you know, you have to sight it in for sure. And they're hard to keep sighted. All right, it's not easy.
So drawing from consumer really quickly and putting shots on target, how are you with laser?
It's a little slower than probably a dot, but not slower than an irons, right? Irons are the best, right? Irons are the best.
I love irons too.
But as far as a laser is, I shot with it. I shot pretty well with it. I was surprisingly, every time I used it, I did pretty well. I know, like, for example, if you're a cop and you have a shield and you have to shoot over the shield, or maybe you're in some weird, unconventional, you're behind cover and you just want to put you can see a little bit, but you just want to aim that laser on the person. I mean, that's a situation that can really help you potentially get a good shot off. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where otherwise you'd have to wait to find your shot, right? Mm-hmm. You know, to have a situation where you can use either your red dot or your irons.
Right.
A laser can come in different situations.
Well, you know, I always tell people, whatever you want to do, whatever makes your journey easy, then use it. If you like red dots, use them. If you like a laser, use them. But the most important thing, and I'm going to keep saying this, is wherever you decide to use, you need to train regular with it.
So one of the big companies, I think, what is it, Crimson Trace?
Yeah.
And then you have Veridian. And, you know, one of the issues is, right, they have the lasers where it's right on the grip, right? So as soon as you get your grip going and you're ready to shoot, the laser's automatically on. Some you have to toggle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of instructors say they'd rather have the toggle So you have more control,
Oh
just in
yeah,
case you don't want to put. It's kind of like having a safety on a gun, right? Like you
yeah,
have to really train with that. Like
yeah,
how many times, right? People forget to hit the safety in classes, right? They're not
yeah,
putting the safety up or down, and you forget, and you're not getting the shot off.
yeah, yeah.
So you have to really train on that toggle situation. Me, I'd rather do the grip. All right, if I'm really pulling that gun out, it's only for one reason. It's never leaving your holster, right?
Exactly.
So if you're going to pull it out, don't just count on the laser. Try to use your sights also,
Yeah.
okay? Whether it's a dot or iron sights, but use the laser as an extra help, okay? If you're able to. You know what I mean? If you're able to, right?
Mm.
So,
And so if you're going to buy a laser, spend money on buying a decent laser. Don't buy any airsoft stuff. Mate, I hate to say,
you buy the Crimson Trace
buy
or
a
buy the
good
Meridian, you buy a
laser.
good quality laser.
Don't buy junk.
I'm not completely against it. Also, batteries break, just like a red dot, same thing.
Yeah.
Batteries break. You got to keep the fresh battery in it. But I'm not 100% freaking out that it's so great, the laser, but I'm not against it either.
No.
I've seen people, really train with it and they love it. And it's, I can see how that,
Yeah.
could be helpful to some people.
Yeah. And for new shooters, it's kind of fascinating for them. They got a laser and they can see that red laser moving. So new shooters kind of tend to like it. I try not to encourage it as an instructor to new shooters. I like them to get their fundamentals down,
Of course.
which is most important.
Yeah. And it's also used as a training tool for those of you who don't have Mantis
Yeah.
or one of those training tools. You use your laser, you can really see when you hit the trigger,
Yeah,
it's
good
moving.
point. Yeah, good point, Tom.
It's a very helpful training tool to some people. Not as
Yeah.
good as some of the other things that are out there, but it's definitely helpful for sure.
Yeah, especially with drive fire. The drive fire we used to do at coaches. He was a stickler for those lasers.
Yep. So anyway, I'm not going crazy over it, but I can see its use and I can see how people would want to use it. That's my final thoughts.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Just make sure whatever laser you get, and I'm going to repeat it, get a good laser and train with it. If that's what you want to carry on your gun, fine. But you need to train with it consistently so that you can get good with it and maintain it as well. Make sure it's maintained. Okay? Anyway,
You.
train, 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 and more training. Take care, and we'll see you again.